Hey guys, attorney Zach Bailey with the Marc Lopez Law Firm to talk to you a little bit about what to expect during the lifetime of your OVWI or DUI case here in Indiana. So the case really starts the night or day or whenever it is you get pulled over for your OVWI arrest. It's likely that you'd be taken into custody right then, and then once you're taken into custody, the state of Indiana decides whether or not they're going to charge you with the case and what charges they're actually going to file. So when the charges are filed, you get set for what's called an initial hearing. In some counties, that may be the very next morning. In some counties, they may set it out a couple days, weeks, even a month. And a lot of that depends on if you're in custody still or if you've been released. It also depends on the county and how they do things. If you hire us early enough on in the case and it's a misdemeanor, we may be able to waive that initial hearing. That means you wouldn't have to appear. And what happens at that hearing is they go over the charges with you that you're facing, as well as the rights you have and the possible punishment you could be facing for those charges. They also may move to suspend your driver's license at that hearing. Now, depending on the nature of your case and the county you're in, we oftentimes file for specialized driving privileges and a stay of that license suspension to keep you driving while the case is pending. Now, as the case is pending, you're going to have a series of what are called pretrial conferences. Those are typically an opportunity for us to do a check-in with the court, the prosecutor, the judge, and sort of update everybody on where the case stands. If there are any issues with getting the evidence from the state or discovery from them, or if we're negotiating the plea, just really fill everybody in on where we are with the case. At any time during the case, if the lab results or your breath test results come back and your license hasn't been suspended yet, that's an opportunity for the state to suspend your license, and we sort of begin that process that I talked about a bit before of the specialized driving privileges. Now, as the case proceeds, we're probably going to come to a point where we decide, do we want to do a trial on your case, or do we want to talk about the plea offer that the state has offered? That's completely your decision, but at one of those pretrial conferences, we're likely going to tell the court how we want to proceed and go from there. It's possible at the conclusion of your case, you may still have a driver's license suspension. That may happen if you weren't suspended for very long while the case was pending, or even if you weren't suspended at all. But just like when the case is pending, we can still file for specialized driving privileges in most cases to keep you driving. Now, you're never going to be pressured one way or another, plea versus trial. That's completely your decision, but we're going to try to present you with the best options possible so that you can make the best decision for you. And whatever that decision is, that's what we're going to go with. It's your decision entirely. I talked a bit about plea versus trial, and if you do want to do a trial, your options are going to be either a bench trial in front of just the judge or a jury trial in front of a jury of your peers, like you see on TV most often. That's another decision that's up to you, but we can talk about what's going to be best in your situation and what we recommend. If you have any questions about your OVWI case, give us a call, 317-632-3642. Remember, always plead the fifth.